Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
Good evening and welcome to The Game Changer right here on DATV. Every week, we pull back the curtain on the visionaries, the disruptors, and the leaders who refuse to accept the status quo. Trailblazers who rewrite the rules of their industries to build a smarter, more resilient future. Tonight, we are diving into an industry where changing the game isn't just about business efficiency. It is literally a matter of national survival. We are talking about meteorology, climate data, and disaster preparedness in one of the most climate-vulnerable nations on Earth. For decades, weather forecasting was reactive, but today, a revolution is happening under the hood of our State Weather Bureau. From supercomputing and AI-driven predictive modeling to regional centers of excellence, the way we perceive, track, and adapt to our changing skies is being completely reimagined. Joining us tonight is the man steering this massive technological and structural shift. He is a career scientist, a dedicated public servant, and the administrator of the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or DOST-PAGASA. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Nathaniel Servando. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Fidel, and on behalf of DOST-PAGASA, I would like to express our appreciation for this opportunity to be interviewed and to explain what we are doing in our agency to enhance our services that we deliver to our stakeholders.
When you look at the historical identity of PAGASA versus the modern agency you are building today, what is the core philosophy that officially changed the game for the Bureau po?
Yeah, comparing to decades before and what we are doing now in regards to enhancing our forecasting and warning services. Of course, what we are doing, we are guided by first, the PAGASA Modernization Program, naging batas on 2015, R18692. Then, of course, internally we have this strategic plan 2023 to 2028, and one of the outcomes of that strat plan is enhancing the PAGASA institutional capacities, and one of which is the application of cutting-edge technologies like the application of artificial intelligence. We know AI is being the talk of the town in all sectors, is being utilized. So in PAGASA, we are already, although it's already, we applied the technology, we kept on exploring the potential use of this technology, evaluating the efficiency of the technology in weather forecasting, particularly in thunderstorm monitoring and forecasting, as well as in our flood monitoring services. Considering PAGASA is not just a weather agency, but it is also the hydrological and climatological agency.
Thank you, Doc. Let me go back a little po, sir. To the ordinary people po, PAGASA is looked up to as the agency that would give us the weather for the day, no? But at its core po, what is the fundamental mandate po o pag-asa talaga?
Well, ang mandate ng pag-asa is to we deliver weather-related information, products, and services to develop communities, no, na maging resilient to typhoons, rain-induced landslides, storm surges, including extreme climate events, and of course, including astronomical hazards. Taking into consideration because of our geography, we're exposed to a number of hazards, and primary of those hazards are hydrometeorological hazards. Every year, 19 to 20 tropical cyclones entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility, and half of those entered PAR are actually crossing land, resulting to significant damages. So it's very important to warn our countrymen to minimize the impacts of these extreme weather events. So primarily, we are providing reliable and of course up-to-date weather information to minimize the adverse effects of extreme weather events.
And Doc, how do you actually achieve this, the object of your mandate, in terms of the number of personnel, for example? How many personnel do you have in Pag-asa po?
Pag-asa is equipped with about 1,100 personnel, but this personnel is distributed nationwide because almost every province we have manned stations.
Provincial po ang distribution.
Yeah, although not all, but we have about 82 manned stations.
Manned stations.
These stations are classified as we call it synoptic stations. Synoptic stations are stations that are operating 24/7.
Opo.
And another one is agromit stations, mostly situated in state college and universities, primarily providing support to researchers. And these agromit stations are operating only during the day. And of course, not to mention the number of we call it automated weather stations, the unmanned stations. We have about 250 distributed nationwide. So the 1,100 personnel, more than half of those are assigned to field stations, and the rest are in the central office. Because Pag-asa, we have about 13 divisions, including regional services divisions. We have only 5 regional services divisions in Luzon, of course, in the National Capital Region, in the Southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And in addition to the 4 technical division at the central office.
And how do you consolidate all this data that you are getting from the different sites po that you have in terms of telemetering equipment or monitoring or observation of posts? How do you actually consolidate this data for you to provide us what we look forward to every day, sir, as the weather forecast po?
Yes, it is very essential to have a robust data management and integration system. We have to make sure na the data gathered from the different stations are transmitted efficiently and on time, so that it will be utilized for the preparation of forecast and warnings. So there are various observational platforms, not only the field stations and the unmanned stations that I've mentioned, but currently we have a network of Doppler radars. We know Doppler radar is one of the sophisticated equipment utilized by our meteorologists. So we have about 19, but
19.
about 11 are currently on operational status. The rest are continuously upgrading. And we have satellite data. Again, this is another important technology. We have 2 receiving facilities that receives satellite from Japan and Korea, and of course other platforms like upper air, we call it radio station. Every day nagpapalipad kami ng balon, and then in return we are receiving data from different levels in the atmosphere.
Where are these deployments po, sir?
We have about 11 upper air stations, of course strategically located in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The nearest in Metro Manila is Tanay. We have also in Clark, in Cebu, in Iloilo, in Lawag, in Davao. So this is essential because we have to analyze the atmosphere in 3 dimensions, not only on the ground but also at different levels in the atmosphere.
So you're talking about temperature, pressure?
Yes, the basic atmospheric parameters used for in coming up a forecast, like of course temperature, pressure, relative humidity, wind. Not only the ground but at different levels of the atmosphere.
Sir, in terms of what you mentioned about satellite services from Japan and Korea, do we subscribe to it? Do we pay it, or it's a form of an international or multinational cooperation po?
It's free because being a member of the World Meteorological Organization, there is this agreement that members of the WMO can avail of this collaboration with other advanced countries like Japan, Korea, because of they have launched these meteorological satellites. Now, it's very important na all this information are gathered not only for safekeeping or storing for future use, but more importantly for real monitoring. At the same time, of course, it's very essential to have a continuous storage and better data management, because climate forecasting need this data. So we really need a very effective infrastructure to store and manage this information. Not to mention the high-speed computing, because all this information are integrated into the numerical weather prediction models, the computer-based models, because the reliability of the forecast based on computer models rely heavily on the accuracy of the data. That is why we invest too much in data gathering, because our forecast is science-based, and this is based on data.
Sir, there is a move towards from weather forecasting to impact-based forecasting. What is the main idea, sir, when it comes to this concept?
Yeah, this is also part of our one of our programs to enhance the delivery of PAGASA's products and services. Not only recently, we focus not only on predicting the hazards, but what is important now is at least we hope to predict the impacts. No? So isa sa mga programs na pinag-aralan ng pag-asa ngayon, and hopefully it will be operationalized in many areas. Although na-operationalize na, but naka-pioneer lang muna dito sa Metro Manila and Cebu. So pagkaiba nito ng traditional forecast compared with the impact-based forecasting is given the forecast of the hazards, then alam natin yung mga what are those assets or communities exposed to hazards. So in ang focus namin ay yung sana ma-predict yung impacts para mas epektibo ang action on the ground, particularly sa ating mga local communities.
Do we have, sir, some sort of a command and control center for PAGASA, sir?
Yes, we have the National Forecasting Center in the central office located in Quezon City. Nandyan din ang aming, hindi lamang weather forecasting center, parang forecasting operation. In the same building, nandyan din ang flood monitoring and forecasting centers. Sa flood monitoring, we monitor the different river basins, including Pasig Marikina river basins. May 18 major river basins, so minomonitor din ng PAGASA yan. So bali round the clock, these operation centers are being manned by competent forecasters and hydrologists, and then in charge din sila sa delivery of dissemination of these services to our field offices and regional centers. And of course, ang napakahalaga dito yung coordination with concerned agencies, particularly the Office of Civil Defense,
yes,
and the RRMC, dahil sila yung mandated to disseminate information, forecast and products, and other information from warning agencies like PAGASA.
Okay, sir. Sir, in terms of predicting, for example, sir, the amount of precipitation that a particular storm, for example, would bring in, how reliable or how accurate are we now, sir? And what kind of computing power do you have in PAGASA in order to achieve this?
Yes, forecasting rainfall is really a challenge because ang rainfall distribution natin dito is highly uneven, no? In space and even in the forecasts. Sometimes ulan sa isang lugar, but in few kilometers ay hindi umulan, no? So we have to look at the weather systems from the small scale to large scale weather systems. Yung mga small scales na weather systems na nag-generate ng mga localized weather systems na nag-produce ng rainfall affecting a local certain locality, to large scale weather systems like bagyo, no? Yung mga monsoons, ito yung nagbibigay ng mga pag-ulan, hindi lamang in few hours but days, no? And of course it affect large areas. So may mga pamamaraan. Una, yung sinabi ko na kanina, ang Doppler radar, mahalagang ekwipo or technology na nagbibigay ng mas epektibong rainfall estimates or forecasts, yung satellite data. And of course, ang mahalagang ginagamit ng mga forecasters namin ang computer-based or numerical weather forecast na nagbibigay ng mga rainfall forecast hindi lamang 24 hours but sometimes umabot ng 3-5 days. So nagiging of course, we as much as possible we want to address the demands of the different sectors, particularly the public sector, for advanced information, the rainfall forecast, like in the cancellation of classes, no, naging basihan
Or evacuation of
evacuation of
communities.
communities kapag may mga bagyo. So ang rainfall, no, heavy rainfall isa sa mga hazards na nakapikto, kasi kung sobra-sobra yung ulan, ito ay maaring mag-cause ng floods and landslides, no. So mahalagang ang pag-asa ay nagbibigay ng mga warning information. The reason we have this in the past kasi kapag may bagyo, ang mga signals namin ay base lang sa wind, no.
Opo.
So kung ating matandaan, may mga naririnig na kayong mga color-coded rainfall warnings.
Opo.
So ito naman ay na-address yung warning system na naka-focus sa rainfall, no?
Where does, sir, in all this forecasting or prediction, where does artificial intelligence come in now, and what is the level of sophistication that we have in our country today?
Yeah, we have this project AI for RP, but it's about the application of artificial intelligence in weather forecasting in the Philippines. But of course, the reliability of AI depends on the data, no? It's data driven. The more accurate or substantial yung data, of course magiging effective din yung forecast. So for us, we have accumulated large amount of data and information na ginagamit for predicting the weather based on AI. So once na this data are ingested in the system, like for example, mga information or data, atmospheric data coming from the various field stations, including satellite, radar, the upper air data. So certainly it will improve much, no, the weather forecast based on AI. And yeah, that particular project, we have partnered, may isang partner kami overseas. So we hope na the project is actually funded by the Department of Science and Technology. So we evaluate the system, and then of course we can compare with other conventional forecasting tools like numerical weather prediction tools, and based on our initial findings, medyo promising, no. Of course, hindi namin nakikita na this technology will replace the traditional computer-based or numerical weather forecast and the expertise of the forecasters.
Okay.
Combining this latest technology plus the experience of our forecasters,
Yes, sir.
ultimately it will improve much the accuracy of our forecasts.
Yes, sir. Speaking of partnerships, sir, there is this South-South Center of Excellence for Climate Information and Services. What is the nature of this cooperation? Is this a regional or an international cooperation po?
It's a regional collaboration.
Which countries are involved, sir?
Primarily our neighbors, the Southeast Asian countries, of course other ASEAN countries as well. So the purpose of this is to explore, no, the potential use of climate information and services to address the needs of our stakeholders and sectors, particularly the agriculture sector. Because climate information is very essential to most agricultural products, particularly in the Philippines, where yung climate variability ay nagiging madalas, like after La Nina, then El Nino, La Nina again, and then El Nino. So this information are very essential for our farmers to protect, and of course to minimize the effects of extreme climate events in their sector.
Sir, is the Philippines chairing this cooperation, sir?
Of course, the Philippines through PAGASA is hosting. Physically, may small office kami.
So when you say hosting, I mean the other countries, other member countries could also do the hosting for a particular period, or from the start, from the get-go, we are the host of this Center of Excellence, sir?
Yeah, but of course, they don't need to come here, but virtually, we can interact with them. So there are organizations like funding institutions, including FAO. So it's a sort of a hub where collaborations can be strengthened, focusing on climate with this DCIS, Climate Information Services.
How much do we still need in terms of what we consider ideal in terms of level of personnel, level of resources, and even equipment, in order for us to have some sort of an ideal model for our country, sir?
Yeah, this is why we have these programs, and one of the one focus is, of course, on the improvement of our physical infrastructure, monitoring infrastructure. As I mentioned, the science-based forecast depends on the reliability of observational data. So, of course, installing or establishing a facility is very essential, but more importantly, maintaining those equipment or facility is very important, because when we install, for example, radars, may specific period lang yung life niya, di ba? 10 years or maximum, and then beyond that, we have to ensure na continuous ang operation. Maintenance is, of course, very important. When it comes to maintenance, not only on the equipment, but of course the people manning these facilities. We have to ensure our people are competent and regularly trained, no? Because people leave the agency because they retire, and then we have to ensure na there is enough technical people naman, but of course, bago sila maging capable to utilize this technology, they have to be trained as well. So we have a program on enhancing our manpower, no? Part of the enhancement of DOST-PAGASA capabilities internally. And of course, our personnel, not only they're also doing R&D and innovation to enhance our forecasting techniques na ginagamit. In terms of monitoring system, na-mention ko kanina, may mga man stations. Well, ang target namin na every province dapat ay may PAGASA station. And then on flood forecasting and monitoring and forecasting system, ang target namin ay all major river basins ay malagyan ng flood forecasting and warning centers or system.
Manned, sir, or unmanned?
This is manned, and then we install telemetered gauges along those river basins. So far natapos na namin ito. 18, and then umpisa na yung pag-establish namin sa mga principal, yung river basins naman. Marami ito. So far we have started putting up the systems. So sometimes the budget for us given to us not enough, but because of collaborations both locally and internationally, we receive grants, no, like for example from the government of Japan, from Korea, to complement the funding requirement for maintaining these facilities. And of course, the more monitoring systems, the better. We hope now we can increase monitoring systems, like not necessarily radars, but we have this kind of radar, X-band radars, na medyo maliit lang ang range niya, but this is very important for monitoring, flood monitoring and warning systems. So we hope now we can strengthen this network as well. In terms of personnel, we have enough number, but of course,
That's good to know, sir.
Kailangan continuous yung
Recruitment.
they have to be capacitated with especially with new technologies.
Okay, sir.
Like itong yung artificial intelligence plus the other techniques na de-develop.
Yes, sir. Sir, in terms of your services, how often do you provide reports to the public or to the other concerned agencies, and what are the different platforms that you use in order to share this report that they might need?
Yeah, the enhancement of PAGASA services is one of our programs, and of course, under these programs may mga activities kami or focus, like on enhancement of our information and education campaign, the application of digital information. So kung may bagyo, every 6 hours we are providing warnings. Weather forecast, I think every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours.
4 hours. And in some sectors, like the aviation sector, almost every hour, kasi kapag may lumilipad na.
And how is this, sir? How is this shared? There's a formal channel when it comes to the aviation sector, for example, but for the public, you provide, as you said, every 4 hours. Where do we see this? In your website, or do you have some sort of a press release for these reports?
Isang source ng system na ma-disseminate namin yung lahat ng mga services ng PAGASA ay through our website. No?
Through your website.
PAGASA website. But in the dissemination, of course, primary dyan yung mga agencies involved na may network down to the local community, like
Such as
the Office of Civil Defense. Ang Office of Civil Defense kasi parang coordinating agency sila. So yung mga local government units.
Thank you, sir. Fascinating insights into how data science is shifting our entire paradigm of readiness. We have so much more to uncover about our immediate climate realities and the infrastructure keeping our taps running. Up next on The Game Changer, we shift from macro technology to immediate critical realities on the ground. We will look at how the agency is tracking the dual challenges of a developing El Nino and the critical water status of our major dams. Stay tuned. The Game Changer will be right back on DATV.
The 2025 was a meaningful year for Bingo Plus Foundation. As our purpose grew, it was time for a new chapter. Introducing DigiPlus Foundation.
Education is the bridge to opportunities. Through the Future Smart program, we empower learners and educators nationwide. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply learning for a better future.
Healthcare should come with no barriers. Kalusugan Plus delivers medical missions, and Embrace Plus mental health support, which empower every Filipino through compassionate and accessible healthcare. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply healing. One patient, one community at a time.
Every dream deserves a chance. In Wish Plus, we grant wishes, empowering individuals, families, and communities together with their partners. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply hope, dignity, and possibilities.
Disasters don't wait. Through the Bayanihan Plus program, we mobilize immediate response and recovery efforts. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply the spirit of Bayanihan across the nation.
DigiPlus Foundation is committed to delivering on our promise to bring help within everyone's reach. When support becomes accessible, impact doesn't just grow, it multiplies.
Madaling pa mag-cash in sa Bingo Plus?
Sa Bingo Plus.
Official partner na namin ng Bayad Center. Easy!
License ba yun ng popcorn?
Sa Bingo Plus.
Kaya responsible gaming lagi.
Ang fun!
Gaming? Na may insurance?
Sa Bingo Plus.
Sa PhilFirst, insured ang wallet mo ng 1 million pesos.
Safe nga! Talaga namang...
Sa Bingo Plus.
Partnered with Bayad Center, licensed by PAGCOR, protected by PhilFirst.
Sa Bingo Plus.
The best players succeed because they set boundaries. Every great athlete wins with control. Always have a game plan.
We want Dubai to be number one. That's the vision. Back then, it seemed like a desert dream. But we had brothers who believed that our desert is a land of endless opportunities, who believe nothing is impossible to a willing heart. The Filipinos. And so they came, the best and the brightest, with the will and the skill to build the biggest and the tallest. Shukran, brother Filipinos. Your hearts and your minds help give life to our Dubai dreams.
I am Chris. I am the Philippines.
Welcome back to the Game Changer on DATV. If you're just tuning in, we are in the studio with DOST-PAGASA Administrator Dr. Nathaniel Servando, discussing how science and innovative leadership are transforming our national resilience. In this segment, we are focusing on the immediate hurdles testing our infrastructure. Right now, data shows 6 of our major domestic reservoirs, including Angat, Ambuklao, and Pantabangan, are sitting at critically low levels despite recent localized rains, alongside an escalating El Niño alert status for the coming seasons. Dr. Servando, managing water and heat is just as crucial as managing typhoons. Let's look closely at how the State Weather Bureau is navigating this delicate balance. Let's start with this question, sir. We just came out of a period where localized thunderstorms brought some rains, yet you recently, or the agency recently confirmed that 6 major dams remained at critically low levels below their rule curves. Why aren't these recent rains moving the needle for our major reservoirs, sir?
Yes, it's true. There are 4 or 6 dams, major dams ay nasa below or critical levels because ang level currently ay below the roll curve. Ito yung roll curve, tinidetermine kung masustain ang pangailangan in the coming days. nagiging mababa is because the past weeks we receive less rainfall in the catchment basins.
Okay, we
dahil
receive less.
because of the dry and the warm months. Ito yung mga buwan na talagang we expect na yung level ng mga dams ay bumababa because of less rainfall during these months.
Angat Dam supplies roughly 98% of Metro Manila's potable water. Given its current status under the normal 210-meter mark, what specific telemetry and monitoring assets is PAGASA prioritizing to give water managers the most precise look at incoming inflows?
When it comes to Angat Dam is a multi-purpose dams. It's being utilized for power generation, for irrigation, and domestic use, no? Dito sa Metro Manila. Ang PAGASA ay simply providing information as to the forecast of rainfall in the area. And of course, we collaborate closely with the dam operators. In the case of Angat, ito yung Napocor. And then, of course, NIA for the irrigation. And of course, ang nag-control primarily ng mag-release ng water allocation ay ito yung dam operator.
Okay,
ng Angat. So namumonitor lang namin ang level ng dam, and to some extent we are providing information as to the forecast amount of rainfall na maaring pumatak in the area. So for the allocation, PAGASA has no control over that.
Okay, sir. Sir, PAGASA recently upgraded its El Nino status from a watch to an alert, indicating high probability of development in the upcoming seasons. What make the data signals for this particular cycle distinct from previous historical cycles we've managed?
Yes, tama yun. In terms of probability of occurrence ng El Nino, tumaas na po. Nakikita po namin umabot na ng 92% probability na mag-emerge ang El Nino during the June, July, August season. And base sa mga forecasts from different forecasting tools na ginagamit ng PAGASA, maaring mag-develop nga ito starting June as a weak El Nino, but we expect na
weak El Nino, sir.
As a start, no?
Opo.
But we expect na during the later part of the year, ito ay mag-strengthen pa. In fact, nakikita namin by September, October, November season, magiging strong. During the last quarter of the year, hanggang February, nakikita namin na magiging very strong ang intensity ng El Nino.
As for the ordinary people, sir, no? What is the implication of a weak and a strong El Nino in their everyday lives po?
I want to emphasize na yung El Nino this year, ay in-expect natin talagang strong to very strong. No?
Opo. What does it mean for us?
Kapag may El Nino kasi, we expect na less ang rainfall. So
that's one, sir.
We expect na magkaroon ng mga dry spells and droughts in many areas. Of course, towards the later part of the year. Dahil during the rainy season or bagat season naman, kapag may El Nino, we expect na may mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan muna. But of course, ang effects ng El Nino ay maramdaman natin towards the later part of the year hanggang ma-extend ito during the second quarter of next year. So, in-expect natin na less ang rainfall, no? At of course, during the summer of next year, we expect na ating matandaan 2024, no? Mataas ang mga heat index, no? So we expect extreme temperatures kapag mayroong El Nino.
Sir, this practice of cloud seeding, is PAGASA the agency actually doing this, or do you just recommend it to a specific agency to do it, sir?
Actually, yung agency na may mandato to conduct cloud seeding ito yung Department of Agriculture through the Bureau of Soils and Water Management.
But what would
PAGASA is
prompt them,
simply-
sir, to do cloud seeding? Is it PAGASA, sir? Do you recommend? Or do they have a different mechanism for them to start cloud seeding, sir?
Of course, cloud seeding is initiated kapag there's less or absence of rain, no? Para ma-address ang kakulangan ng tubig, particularly for the agriculture sector. So, PAGASA is simply providing support, no, technical assistance, like for example in monitoring in the event na may ang DA ay mag-conduct ng cloud seeding operations. So we monitor kung magkaroon ng mga pagpatak ng ulan due to cloud seeding, or to some extent we can identify, let's say for example the type of clouds available, yung parang seedable clouds na pwede nilang, of course.
So the mechanism is that you assess the situation and make the recommendations, sir? Or do they do that on their own initiative, sir?
Recently parang sila na yung but of course nandiyan pa rin ang collaboration between PAGASA and the BSWM, but it's the DA through the Bureau of Soils and Water Management are doing this cloud seeding.
But do you have a formal, sir? Do you have a specific forum where your data is actually transmitted or consumed by the Department of Agriculture, sir?
Yeah, to some extent they are requesting for information coming from us.
Okay, sir. So which hopefully would inform their cloud seeding activity.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. As a game-changing leader, steering this vital institution, sir, through this interconnected hydro-climate crisis, what is your primary message to both government sectors and everyday consumer watching their water meters right now, sir?
With the expected strong to very strong El Nino later this year, na nakikita natin ang posibleng kakulangan ng tubig, of course, na makaapekto hindi lamang sa agriculture sector but many sectors, no? Of course, kapag may kakulangan ng tubig, may mga illnesses related to kakulangan, no, ng tubig. Of course, ang masabi, DOST-PAGASA will continue providing important seasonal weather forecasts. Kapag may mga changes or information about El Nino, we will be providing information. In fact, every month ay nagkakaroon kami ng climate forum, and we encourage all participants coming from different sectors at to ensure, no, na well disseminated ang information. But of course, nandiyan yung given yung mga major dams ngayon ay nasa below critical level. Of course, mahalaga ang pagtitipid, no, efficient use of our resources.
With El Nino or not, I think we should all conserve water po.
Yes, of course. Yung efficient use of our water,
of our resource.
So i-minimize yung pagsasayang, no, ng tubig, particularly kapag nandiyan na yung El Nino.
Yes, sir.
So PAGASA, DOST-PAGASA will also coordinate more closely with the concerned government agencies para of course to ensure na mabigyan po namin ng mahalagang warning informations related to this climate event.
Enlightening information, Doctor. Thank you for pulling back the curtain on how complex environmental monitoring truly is. A truly eye-opening conversation tonight. It reminds us that the changing game isn't just about adopting the newest technology. It's about foresight, precise communication, and designing systems that keep millions of Filipinos ahead of the storm. Our immense thanks to PAGASA Administrator Dr. Nathaniel Servando for sharing his insight and leadership strategy with us tonight. And thank you for watching. Join us again next week for another deep dive into innovation and leadership. Until then, keep questioning, keep innovating, and keep pushing boundaries. I'm your host signing off for The Game Changer. Good night and stay safe.